I wasn't going to tell nobody. I tried to sit there, good Lord. I tried to be quiet, but I found myself unable to sit there. I used to be ashamed of folk looking at me and all like that. I thank God I went to school and I have a kindergarten degree. They call it a BS, and I got another degree they call it an MS, but that ain't nothing to me. One day I got the real degree. I got my G.O.D. And I don't care who doesn't like it. I don't care who say I'm too noisy. They call me noisy. I belong to the noisy. I belong to the noisy crew. I shout when I get happy. That's the way. I tell you what I want to do. I'm trying to learn to preach at the first service in 25 minutes and this service in 35 minutes. But since I'm a little free now, I want to take a slight station ID. And I want to know if there are those of you who know that the Lord says you can call me in the day of trouble. And when you call me, I will deliver you. And when I deliver you, you shall glorify me. Anybody in here now want to take a pause to just glorify God? Glorify him for his goodness. Glorify him for his mercy. Glorify for his having brought you from a mighty long way. You know you don't deserve to be here. Lord, help us in this house. But the Lord took you by the hand of your mind, watched over you when you were right, took care of you even when you were wrong, and just kept on bringing. It's a praise break. It's a praise break. It's a praise break. Let me see. Brother Hall, let me see if I can get out of here. Let me just see. God says, I want to spiritually revive you. I want to recreate something on the inside. Travis, I want to nourish you. I want to give you something that you need. So this wine and milk deals with spiritual blessing. Somebody walked into this house in need of a spiritual blessing. God says, I'm willing. I'm ready right now. God says, what I'm doing right now, I'm hovering blessings over your head. But you don't want nobody to see you reaching for them. Well, I tell you what, y'all stay there and look at the corner. Do you need a blessing for your children? Do you need a blessing in your home? Do you need a blessing on your job? Do you need a blessing in your health? Do you need a blessing with your family? Reach up. Reach up. Hey, reach up. I hear you. I hear you. Pastor, it's been so dry in my home. It's so dry. I don't even like going home. I think I'm going to go see my lawyer tomorrow. Wait a minute. reach up and pull it down. So I lifted before us, the partakers, anyone who's thirsty. I dealt with the product. I started dealing, Brother Frank Green, with the price. To get the kind of satisfaction, Stanley, that my soul longs for. The price is exorbitant. Leon, why is it so high? God required a high ransom to pay for your soul and mine. And somebody says, I don't have a big portfolio like Alex and Myrtle Havisham. I just have 1 or 2 CDs, and I don't have what Nita Fair and Tony have. And if I were to cash all of my CDs, all of my bonds, and get all of my money, I wouldn't have that much. But I want Money Fair and Alex Havisham to know, out of all they have, they don't have enough. Because it's a high price. God's price for my soul is that there be a perfect sacrifice. Money, I don't want to put you on the spot. I know you've been blessed, but your portfolio ain't big enough. Alex, I know the Lord has blessed you and your wife to work many a year, and you put a little something to the side. And there's somebody saying, I don't have what Money Fair has. I don't have what Myrtle Havisham had. What am I going to do? Well, it ain't about you. Y'all ain't praying with me. It's free. I said, it's free. Thomas, how about touching the one to your right and the one to your left? Sister Mason, Sister Mabel, tell somebody, he said, it's free. Mama Winfield, tell somebody, it's free. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be religious. You don't have to be successful. I heard y'all too long. You simply have to heed the invitation. And the invitation, Barbara, is come. That's the invitation. It is absolutely free to you. Just get up and come. Well, let me share this, Roger. When the prophet wrote this passage, he was writing to a people who were preoccupied with their having settled down in Babylon. They were in captivity, but they had gotten comfortably situated. Are you aware that it's possible to get comfortable even while in captivity? Now listen to me, Shirley Hall. Being in Babylon, they had grown roots, acquired a little property and commercial interest. They felt prosperous and secure, and so they were at ease. So the prophet picks up a little pebble and threw it in to their pools of complacency. James Beverly, you ain't praying in here. He stirred up the water. Now, and then he asked it this way, Barbara, does all this really satisfy you? Here we are away from home. We're able to get some nice things. Martha and I went to Sam's yesterday, and we walked into the front door, Portia, and that was this wide TV. And Roger, it was so bright they called it 3D screen. I've never seen anything like that. My daddy didn't live long enough to even know about a wide screen. Are y'all listening to me? And Briggs, it looks as though we were in what was going on, a 3D screen. Yeah, Folk are just buying stuff. You got this car, it's running good, but your neighbor bought another car. So you just buying stuff. At the end of the day, you're still crying, how dry I am. You just bought your grandchild a car, but your grandchild and you are still crying. How, Lord help us in here, how dry. And so the prophet asked, why spend money, verse 2, on what is not bread, and your labor on what does not satisfy?